Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Ah, man. All right, so we've been through this through the whole entire week. This dumb nonsense. There was a fellow who tried to make our products. First attempt failed. Actually, we gave him permission to do so. We told him to make the product, post it on YouTube, and we'll make it. Again, our product's backed and it's tested. This is the reason why we have so many test demonstrations. What do you think happens when I come on here and say we got a new product? We do all these test demonstrations. We just don't do that for show. We do that to back our products up. That's why I can come here and do this demonstration next to this weird black mix that we made, because again, we test our products. This is literally called black versus black demonstration. We have them literally all over the website. So what the black versus black is basically, if you're selling any form of screen paint, you have to be able to prove that your product is not the same as are not the same as house paint. And definitely you don't want it where customers can just go into any Home Depot, Lowe's, or any form of a hardware store and buy the same paint, same color, and do the same thing your product can do. You don't want that. So we make all different forms of paints. We test all different forms of certified screens, just about everything you can think of to make sure that our products don't come up matching any of these products. And also this ensures people that we're doing business with, or customers we're doing business with, that they're not getting something that they can literally go buy themselves and they're not getting cheated. So some people do not want to do these tests. They want to avoid them at all costs. This is a test that can't be avoided. This is a test that must be done. Because what's going to happen if you basically go in and sell this product and some customer, could be me or somebody else, decides to say, I wonder what the differences is in my gray walls or some gray paint or something I may pick up. How close would this stuff match? Did I really have to spend the money at the end of the day? Could I have just basically made it myself, or basically gone in and just order the paint, whatever? So this is why these tests have to be done. And the reason why we see sites that don't have tests called gray versus gray, which they should be doing if you're doing a gray product, black versus black, which we have here already, then basically that is a product that chances are 100% is going to match a gray or black paint, because again, there's no test, and the person who made the product, who launched it, has no idea if it's going to match or not. Now, perfect example, I can't express this enough. We had a fellow by the name of Crow 1176. He sells his screen paint products. He went on to a live YouTube stream. He had network grade 773. He matched the product perfectly in the demonstration. Not only that, he had a product under bare silver screen and a personal mix that also matched the product. The personal mix was done first, Cinemax was done later. And in results, he does still sell this product on his website, which he should not be doing, because again, this is actually committing fraud against the customer. When asked to test the rest of his products versus different forms of gray paint, he doesn't do so. So this is why I tell customers, if you're buying from him, if you're buying from us, whoever you're buying from, make sure that these tests are done. Make sure the product is tested before it launches. And most importantly, you want to ask, what is the difference between that product and house paint? Now, just to show you how impossible our stuff is to get made, we actually had this individual try to make our product several times. Our product is black. This is actually a black wall or black technology. The surface you have here is also black, because for some reason, after 2 attempts and failing miserably to make our product, he kept coming up with a gray screen, of course, because he was putting silver and white into it. And that's something you don't want to do, because what it does, it off balances the white levels, and automatically it just makes the screen come out gray, no matter what. No matter what you put into it, it's always going to come out gray. For some people that may think, okay, how about I just put in a lot of black paint and I put in just a little bit of white, a little bit of silver? No, because now the majority of that particular product color is going to be now black, which you do want, but the problem is it just can't pick up and see a white level. So someone was asking for a much larger size. We did it's interesting because when we did the demonstration, someone came and asked for a larger size. And I said, well, what you just saw us do when we made that product, you saw a black versus black demonstration. So I took us to the library. Actually, I'm going to be doing more demonstrations on this. I got some more black paint coming into also. But anyway, we just did a black versus black. So we showed them the archives, the library, underneath the marketplaces, tons of videos on everything you possibly think of. Yeah, that's what we did. We went full circle and we did exactly what we always do in tests, black versus black. This is why, question, how many gray screen paints out there on the market, including goose screen, won't match house paint? We're not just putting one person out there, it's everybody. Anybody and everybody who makes a screen paint product needs to go through this test. If you don't have any test demonstrations displayed on your website of your product being properly tested, it should not be sold. Now, as the person said, that black comes in different shades. Yeah, it does. It does come in different shades. But it all picks up contrast levels. The only problem is that our technology can see white light. I've actually had black on the screen that was lighter than our screen, and it still couldn't pick it up because it's not designed to read white light. We have something called a heightener level 3, which allows our screen to be able to generate and see white light. The color red. If you're not seeing tests like this, then there's a problem. That means the product was never ever tested. And before you put your money into a product, before you buy any screen paint and put this on your investment, make sure that they can show a difference between their product. Keep in mind, when you do a gray versus gray, you're going to have multiple shades of gray. None of those can match. When we did black versus black, we had bed sheets, we had mesh, we had paper, we had all kinds of stuff. None of those are the same color. They're all different shades of black, and none of them could match our technology. We have it right there posted to the website for all to see. All our test demonstrations are all posted to the website before the product was ever shipped. I got 2 more products I have to make, and keep in mind, those particular products will all go through testing while these other products are not being tested. Blue screen. So if we could do this, what's the problem? I literally, like I said, with Crow 1176, he did a demonstration. He did 2 gray versus gray. He actually did 2. Out of everybody else, he did actually do 2. But the problem was he matched in those demonstrations. And those demonstrations also were removed off his account because he doesn't want people to see them. The very same demonstration that he's afraid to do, I'm doing it right now. I painted this screen last night. Actually, I painted 2 of them. There you go. We're in a fully lit environment. My technology is picking up a beautiful blue. I can't see it because at the end of the day, again, it doesn't receive white light. And for those of you who think that, oh, if I put silver into it, if I put white into it, that's going to, no, it's not. It's going to turn your screen gray. That's what's going to happen. That's why we gave him a 3rd attempt to try it again. He has no other place to go. We already did black already, so how much darker can you go? Let's go over here to this color too. I want to pick this light blue up. So this is what I got. I got to do this Monday. This is why this was all painted. Not just for him. I got people coming through on Monday to look at this technology. And again, this is one of the things we show them. When they ask us, oh, can we do this with regular black paint? This is a little different from black paint because we actually have a high fluorescent glitter in there. Let's go over to orange. So if you're not seeing tests like this, especially they need to be done in fully lit environments, we can have lights on or off, really doesn't make a difference. It's still going to react the same way. But these are the tests you should be seeing on screen paint products. Now, I'll leave the mic open. If you're going to come in here, scream, rant, carry on, act up, if you can't be professional, you'll be blocked from the door. All right, so you can't be surprised when I say you're going to be blocked. I'm telling you from the door, you will be blocked. Come in here with common sense. Now, I want to see these tests today. As a matter of fact, I'll give you to Friday. Everyone to do these tests. What is the difference between your product and an everyday white product or everyday gray product? And people have black screens. What's the difference between your product versus black? Now, I've been dying to get another black screen paint to test against. And there's a fellow by the name of Danny. We won't say the other name because it doesn't belong to him. It's not his name at the end of the day. It belongs to somebody else. we have people waiting to buy your product. Got 16 people right now. I was on a forum site. They're ready to go. When your site opens up, you're gonna see your orders spike a little bit. Those would be my people buying your product. I'm definitely going to test that product because again, I go online, I can't find any testing under any of your products. There's nothing there. If I write the word test next to anything of one of our products, boom, all these tests pop up. Go ahead, look for yourself, go check. So your product's not tested. Well, let's do this gray screen, see what happens. There you go. Now this is different from the black. We're gonna do it different when it comes to black on black. So using black paint is too easy. I like putting that high fluorescent glitter into it. That makes it more of a challenge. Because now we got a black paint that has this high fluorescent glitter that's gonna pick up more light and people think that's gonna actually add higher white levels. No, no, no. I told you, take some time. 8 years, it'll take some time. Maybe a little more than that. Now, the one problem that Danny has with this product is his black screens can't see ultra short throws. Ours can. Ours can read any ultra short throw as long as it's not knockoff. He can't read on an ultra short throw. That is a huge problem. That means there's something really wrong with the screen. If a screen can't register on ultra short throw, there's a number of problems that could be happening with it. But I'm going to find out. There's green. Now we did blue already, right? We got pure white. We do pure white? Oh, I guess I don't give it that, huh? Come on, give me my pure white, darn it. Give me that. I want that pure white. There we go. Now, a fellow came and said, well, the surface is not big enough. There we go. We got a nice big surface right there. We got another one right there sitting on the floor right now. I can do this very easy. Let's go do, let's see. Skyworth food demonstration. That's a nice white levels. Now, our technology does not pull white levels equal to a white screen. That's virtually impossible. We don't do that. Well, it's not impossible. It can be done, but it takes years of testing to do that one. But our technology does pull high enough white level to be able to see a decent white level, like this. Now, see how the contrast is pulling up on this screen? This screen's pulling too high of a contrast level. You can't see white light. Even in black, you have to be to see white. Did you know that? Now, I'm going to title my next demonstration, How Many Screen Paints Can Pass a Black versus Black or Gray versus Gray Test? Now, as I said before, when the fellow was trying to make our products, we did give him permission to try to make it. He did fail in 2 attempts. He came up with a great product. So he kept removing items out of the mix. He kept removing. He moved. First, he had the white. He took that out. He tried part 2. He put silver in. That didn't work. He tried it again. Rollers kept coming up gray. They're supposed to be black. This is our product. Anytime you see me paint a screen, rollers always come up black. So we decided to help him out. We actually made a black formula. And in this one, we put a high fluorescent glitter into it because, again, if he took out the silver, then he just has black. Black and water. That's pretty much it. So where else was he going? He couldn't go any darker, and he kept telling his customers that you can make this, you just have to you can put in more black paint if you want. Well, if you keep putting in more black paint, you're literally going to have black paint. That's what you're going to have. So we decided to do the demonstration to help him out. We actually made a formula that was black with a high fluorescent glitter. You can't get no darker than this. You just can't. So anything under this is going to be gray. It's like cutting off the head of the snake. That's what it's called. So where do you go next? So we gave him a chance to do it a 3rd time, knowing that he can't. He ran out of options. So all he can do now is ignore it. This is how we out people at the end of the day. I gave you the ability to make it. I gave you permission to do it. And you failed twice. And each time we noticed that when you did part 2, you removed an item out of it, which means you realized that the white was making the screen gray. So you tried it with silver, because maybe this would work, but the silver also made it gray, as we saw on the paint stick. So if you took out the silver, you'd just be left with water and black. So if that being the case with just silver and black, we just made it for you. But this time I did something different. I put something you wouldn't put in. I put a high fluorescent glitter in there. And still what happened? This is the product right here. So giving you the third chance to make it again, even though you failed first and second, there is no other place to go. You can't make it black because we already did it. And you can't, anything underneath this is going to be gray. So where are you going to go? This is why I like doing this kind of stuff. I tell people at the end of the day that when we give you permission to do something, we're setting you up. We telling you to make this. When I told you, make my product live, I was setting you up for the serve because we knew you were going to do it. And you did. You did exactly what we needed you to do. You went out there, the biggest bragger, one that talks the most trash about our products being fake. We got you to basically fail at making our product. Thank you. Jamie, I know business at the end of the day. I'm a businessman. I deal with companies all the time. You have to know strategy in business. You have to know how to control and know strategy in business. Sometimes you have to get a company to do exactly what you need them to do without them knowing that they're actually doing it. And that's what we got you to do. Why else would I come on camera and tell you to make my product? You couldn't make it. We knew it. The minute we looked at what you had on the table, I knew from the door you already messed up. And then you tried the second time. I didn't argue with you doing it the second time. I let you do it. But when we watched you move the white ingredients out of it, that told me at the end of the day that you realized you made a mistake in the first video. That's why you didn't add it in the second. So in the second video, when you pulled out the paint stick, it was gray. So that's how we knew you were messing up. We knew you messed up when we first saw the rollers coming up gray. You already messed up. But the fact that you already admitted it in the second video by pulling out the paint stick, you made a gray product, as we said in the first one. Now, in the second one, you took out the white and you put the silver in because you figured without the white in there, it's going to become darker. This is much, much darker. Of course, because the white wasn't in there. That's why. This is simple, common sense. So this time, it still came out gray. So this time we figured next time you do the next video, you're just going to pull out the silver and probably put some glitter into it or something because you can't put anything else into it. It's going to upset the balance. And if you just put a little bit of silver and a little bit of white in it, not enough to change the balance, but now you have majority black and you have this. So what we did was we gave you the permission to do it, knowing that you were not going to be able to complete the task. So now that we've made it black and we beat you to the punch, you can't make it black because we already knows what it looks like if it's black, right? Water doesn't do anything. Water doesn't change anything in the product. It just makes it thinner. That's all it does. Doesn't change contrast, doesn't change color, doesn't do anything. I can make one right now with water and it doesn't change nothing at all, period. But all you did was basically just remove each item out as you went along to try to figure out how it's made. We call this a desperate attempt. Should have got it right on the first try, but you didn't. So now what do you have left? We already did black. If you do black, it's still the same thing. Everybody can see the results. We made it on camera. So we gave you a third time to do it, knowing that you couldn't do this. Because again, what other color are you going to use? What are you going to add to it? You came on camera, first beginning, saying I can make the product. You showed the ingredients laid out on the table. Anything you add to that ingredient shows it's a desperate attempt. So if you come back and say, okay, I got a dark gray this time, it gets sad because it shows at the end of the day, now you're just trying to grab random things to try to figure it out. That's sad. No, you must use the same ingredients that you posted on the table because you know how to make the product. If I'm baking a cake and I'm saying we're going to make a certain kind of cake, I have all the ingredients on the table to make that cake. These are the ingredients that we're going to use. If I'm taking away from this, then I'm taking away. I'm not adding anything new to this because this is the recipe made to make this cake. You took items out of the recipe, so you can't add new ones in. That's why you went in and took out the white and left the silver, thinking that the silver was going to do a better job because the white turned it gray. And the silver did the exact same thing. So now what do you have left? Because we already did the black. Can't make the black. We did it already. Everybody knows the reaction. And it's called black versus black. We do them all day. So what do you have left? How are you going to make it the third time? You can't. See how we set you up? That fast, that quick. Easy. You're easy to manipulate. And for some people saying, oh, that's wrong. Yeah, we do set people up like that because these are people who need to be exposed. We use them They're their worst enemy at the end of the day. They self-destruct. So it's easy to get them to do stuff. People that are real arrogant, full glass of water, don't listen, because I literally sat there on camera and said, that's not going to work. If you had listened to what I just said, you would have been in this predicament to begin with. When I popped the top on that container and said 6 months to a year ago, you don't want to put against this stuff, this is not going to go well for you. You did it, and what happened? You don't listen. Got a full glass. Arrogant. When I sit there and tell you at the end of the day, if you change the word deliver on your website and you spell it correctly, I'm smarter than you. That was just a test to see exactly how full glass you was. That literally sat there on his website and still on his website to this day, spelled incorrectly, because he's worrying about what I say. What are you worrying about what I'm saying? I'm one person at the end of the day. 100 people will drop on your website and they'll look at you like an idiot because you can't spell. That's how they'll see you. So you'd rather have 100 people think you're an idiot than one person. Okay. There you go. That tells you right there where the common sense level's at. So we got you to get on YouTube, make the product. We knew you were going to fail because we seen how you make your stuff. Your stuff is not that good. It's actually really bad. So we know you don't have any ability to make house paint or any kind of, screen paint. So we knew you were going to fail. You've done this before. Jamie's tried to make the 8s. He tried to make the 12s. He tried to make the 7s. And each time you try to make them, you pull out that same ingredients. I really do believe that you have some kind of memory loss disease or something. Something's wrong there because you don't remember doing it. You've done this before. We've seen that same container in the 12s, the same containers in the 38s, the same containers in the 39, that same paint. We've seen it in every single demonstration. This is how he tries to make our products. New products coming up and he tries to do it again. Guess what? You're going to see those same containers. You're known for doing this stuff. So we knew what we were going to use. We knew there was going to be some kind of white paint and some kind of silver in it because in your mind, you're thinking that this is how he's doing the white levels. I can jump into your head and I know how you think at the end of the day. You just can't figure out how I think. But we knew you were going to put white paint in there, thinking that's going to bring out the white levels. And you failed. It came out gray. Now think about this real quick. In the demonstration, right? The first one. You came out there saying you're going to make the Black Series Edition screen paint, correct? You claimed that the product was black. We came to you multiple times and said the rollers are gray. It's not black. You claimed up and down that I'm mad, I'm upset because you made my product. That's what you said, right? You made my product. But the interesting thing about that is that in the second demonstration, you show a paint stick from the first. And you admitted on camera it was gray. Everybody noticed that in the forum site when we put your videos up there. We duplicated your videos and put them up there. You just literally admitted it was gray when we told you the rollers were gray. Now, in the second video, you did the same thing. And the reason why you were doing all that mixing because you were trying to get the screen to come up black, the paint to come up black, but it was coming up dark gray. And the rollers again came up gray. So you failed in that attempt. So we thought we'd help you out. I made a black version because if you remove the silver, what would you have left? Water and black paint. So the problem Mr. Jamie has here is that if he adds silver and gray to it, well, the screen is going to come out. It's going to come out gray. If he adds a little bit of white and silver to it, then the screen is going to come out like this, because black paint can't see white light. So we gave you a third time. And in the third time, you can't make it black because we did it already. Actually, much better version in your product. It's a much better version of your product because it's actually black, not gray. So what other color are you gonna make? I can't wait to see this demonstration. I'm gonna look for it. So the entire time, you were basically being directed to do what we needed you to do. So I can watch you fail the first and second. We come in and make it black. What would be the purpose of me coming in and making the gray formula? Why? Why would I make it? If I make it gray, it's not going to match our product. Our product's black. It can't even pick up our contrast levels. If I make it with just the silver, it still comes up gray. My product is black, not gray. So that's still not matching my technology. If I make it black, then yes, that's the same color as my technology. My technology is in the black zone with this product right here. So that would be the best way to do it, because my rolls would come up black. I would show a black formula. That's how it would be, right? Okay then. So we made it for you since you couldn't seem to get it right. Now, we gave you a third chance to make it. What color are you going to make it? Can't make it black. We did it already. And you make anything underneath this, it's going to be gray, so it won't match my product. This is what we call painting yourself into a corner. Next time, people, when we give you permission to make our products, be careful, because you could be getting set up to be trapped yourself in a corner to expose yourself. Now it's out there that he can't make our products. He failed 2 times. He failed 2 attempts to make the product, and we turned around and had to make a black version of it to show him what the color black actually looks like. And this fails our products. Just too easy. Now, get back to testing. Let's get back to that real quick, because I want to explain that. Sometimes I say things in videos, and people don't understand what I'm talking about. As I said before, all screen paint products must be tested. And one of the tests that's extremely important is either gray versus gray or black versus black, to show the difference that the customer, he or she, is not getting an everyday black paint product in the mail, or a gray product in the mail that could be just regular house paint. But thank you for doing the demonstration. I really appreciated that. I do want to, I think I did double. I'm going to put them onto our website, and also to our, no, we don't want you on our front page, but we are going to put you on a special page on the site of showing that an individual who failed to make our products. This is actually, we need to put this in the black versus black demonstration. No, it's not in the black versus black. We need a section for that video. Ah, yes, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to design me a wall of shame on our site. The wall of shame. And this is for individuals who have failed to make our products. Pretty sure we'll get more to add to the wall. Or maybe they'll learn from this and not do it. Or didn't we do this one already? We did, didn't we? Let's get something else. Let's get, I've never done this. I haven't done this demonstration before. Let's get this one right here. Now, someone was requesting a much bigger surface, so I painted this one last night, and I got another one here on the floor. Can I put my screen down a little bit more? I wonder. Hold on a minute. I want to bring my screen down a little bit more. I keep forgetting that lens shit on these things. I want to bring it down a little bit more. Reason why, because I got another surface here I want to add to it. How far can we go down? The reason I'm doing this because I had another surface I want to add to this. I want to put 2 of them on here. I just don't want to put any nails in my walls, so my walls actually physically screen. That's why. There we go. I don't want to put any nails in my wall. My wall is actually physically a projection screen, and I'm not damaging my screen for this demonstration. All right. Let me see. 4K white screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
And that's the one we painted yesterday. And this is the one we also painted yesterday. Now watch this. Black screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
There are 3 different shades on the screen. This one's lighter, this one's darker, and this one's our shade. 3 different shades of black. Yet ours is the only one that can see white levels. Now we've done this because we've done demonstrations where we put hoodies and pants and, like I said, everything up on the screen, because it shows at the end of the day that our product doesn't match any form of black surface. This is why we call this the black versus black demonstration. We do this in all tests. All products that we make have to go through these tests. It's extremely important that they do. Again, we don't see this with gray products because, again, gray products will end up matching these house paint products out there. This is a demonstration you're supposed to be doing. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So, as we learned this week, that not only from the biggest troll we have against our products, that he failed multiple times to do the demonstration correctly. We had to literally come out here and do it for him, and still, it doesn't match our products in any way whatsoever. We have tons of demonstrations versus black all over littered our website, and yet on any of these screen paint products, we can't find one demonstration versus gray. An everyday household paint. And yet we could do this with no problem. We go look at the search engine to find whose products are tested. We can't find any test demonstrations. There aren't any. We're the only ones who have tests under our products. We're the only ones that can back our products up. So again, gentlemen, where are your tests? All right, I'm gonna come back in. We're gonna have some fun with this screen. I'm gonna bring my screen back up. We're gonna have some fun with this screen. Have a little fun here with it. Gee whiz. Like I said, these tests have to be and need to be done. And if you feel that you don't have to do these tests, then guess what? You shouldn't be selling screen paint products. We'll be back in. I'm going to do some more tests on this product right here. Oh, let me show you something really quick. Now, we test our screen's white levels to make sure they can pull a high enough white level, because this is very important. Sorry about me bumping the stand coming in. Oh, putting in a new setup over here. I'm doing portrait mode today. Where's my video box? Where's my freaking mouse? It's over here. Meow. Now, see how I can come in here and I can see my screen crystal clear. See how my white levels push up on my black technology? Sorry about that. See how clean that comes up? How the text, how the white pushes off? If that was that black paint back there, I wouldn't be to see jack. I'm sitting about close to about 18 feet away from my screen, and I wouldn't be to see anything at all if that product came up that dark. Now, what we're going to push for this week and all this month and all this year, even offline and online, is we want to see a lot of these gray products and so-called black products do what I just did in that back room. What's the difference between your product and black paint, and what's the difference in your product and gray paint? And I guarantee you, by the end of the year, no one's going to do one of those demonstrations, because you will match. That's why. We won't. Now clean that text comes up. So, can you back your product up? Do we need to put you on call? Because you don't want that in the day. If you want to, anyone, and I mean anyone, I don't care if it's just one person, anyone who makes a screen paint product, you want to disrespect my technology at the end of the day, I'm going to come for you. You do not want my attention. You clearly don't want it. but are going to request. I'm going to push it. I don't care who I got to go to, who's responsible for any of making sure when a product sells. We need restrictions put in place. So that way you don't have people like this that are coming on freaking websites and developing anything the freak they want and putting anything in the specifications that are not true. Danny, at the end of the day, you can't put down two gains on a projection screen and say, oh, depending on how you paint it, you're going to get that particular gain. You got to back that up. You can't be putting out there in there. I don't know if I got to call the BBB or who I got to call at the end of the day. I'm going to get a hold of somebody on Monday and find out and get these websites looked at. Because a lot of these websites are committing serious fraud. Jamie, your site definitely commits fraud. You literally have products on your website showing you in videos matching house paint and the same products being sold. I'm definitely going to get your site under investigation. You got 2 investigations going on you. Monday morning, as I told you before, I'm calling license inspection on California. That's definitely being done. You got a hazard going on in that place. All jokes aside, this is not a joke. He literally has explosive combustible items in that apartment that need to be removed. And the apartment is extremely cluttered. On top of that, you got too many animals in the apartment. That's 600 square feet. That apartment is nowhere near 900. It's over the capacity on how many people you should even have in there. At the end of the day, on top of that, with the clutter, the animals, and chemicals you have in there. And I do know for a fact that people are 3D printers. At the end of the day, those things require chemicals. So that needs to be taken care of. Besides that, other than these websites being fraud, I'm definitely going to have somebody investigate your websites. Because your websites clearly don't back up anything you claim to do. And prove it, Danny, that your products don't do what they're supposed to do. If you don't do the test, you don't have no test underneath this product. Because keep in mind, when they investigate your site, they want tests. They want proof that you can prove that your product can do this. If you're just putting stuff on your site that's not true, at the end of the day, this is a serious fraud. Your site can be shut down for it. You can be fined for it. You have to prove whatever that product does. I don't know who I got to call in contact, but I'm going to find out Monday morning. Because it's getting to a point now that people are just basically putting things on their site that are not even real. We already seen that with Jamie's site. Jamie literally has a product on there that doesn't even exist. As a matter of fact, proof of purchase, we bought a Black Frankenstein that doesn't even exist. You don't even have one. There's no video demonstrations, no customers that have one. There's nothing. But yet we paid $85 for it. You're just doing too much. Everybody else I've seen with their sites, they are basically, when we went through a couple of other sites on eBay, they tell the truth. They keep it fair. But you guys got some crazy stuff going on your site. I got somebody's going to be coming down to investigate those sites. Where's this dark crystal mix? What is it? I've never seen it, never heard of it, never saw a customer with it, nothing. It doesn't even exist. The only thing that exists on the dark crystal mix, when you look it up, is us. Because we're the ones that basically put it on blast because it should have never been there to begin with. What is it? If you look up at the top, you see Frankenstein. Those, whatever that is you have as a product description, that's for the Frankenstein. The pictures are for the Frankenstein. What the heck is a dark crystal mix? But you're charging somebody $60 for something that doesn't exist. Yeah, I got some people I'm going to be calling on Monday, along with the license inspection, because we gave you plenty enough time. You should have got a storage unit, got that place cleaned out, got those explosive containers. Everyone who saw the demonstrations with aside of this, let's talk about this for a minute. Everyone who saw that video with those containers back there literally said they shouldn't have been back there. There's no way in the world you should have 20 aerosol cans of freaking spray paint in an apartment. That's extremely dangerous. It shouldn't be in there. And then when you switched over to the door, there were 3 more over by the door. And counting the clutter and the environment, corners are packed with all kinds of debris. And then you have an overcapacity of too many people living in the apartment, along with 1 dog and 2 cats. Like I said, not trying to be rude, but I couldn't imagine the scent in that place. I got 1 cat at the end of the day. And my place is pretty big. He's all the way in the kitchen. And when he hits that litter box, I can smell a little bit before it basically drowns. You got 2 and a cat and a dog? Oh, no. Oh, heck no. No. I couldn't imagine the scent in that place. I'm not trying to be rude or ignorant. And this is at the end of the day, I don't want people to think that I'm just coming on him because he tried to make the product. We asked him to make the product. So y'all know that. We asked him to do it. Sat there and said at the demonstration, if you can make my product, post the ingredients. And you failed twice. So we helped you out and did it for you. That we already asked you to do that. But as for what I saw in the video, if you never did the video, I would have never saw the containers. And even I know, and everybody else that saw that video, you're not supposed to have that much spray paint in your living area. Very dangerous, extremely dangerous. Aerosol cans, again, are pressurized cans. They're ticking time bombs. You never know if one of them are going to explode on you, especially if it's in an area basically that it does not temperature controlled. So not only are you putting yourself at danger, you're putting your family at danger, you're putting your pets at danger, but most importantly, you're putting the people who live in the apartment around you in danger. Yeah. So like this guy has a powder bomb, a powder cake ready to explode. We're gonna come back in and we're going to do some more demonstrations. We're gonna make these, I don't know, we're gonna add these to the black versus black. I need 2 more. I gotta go visit family today. I do want to do some more demonstrations on my screen in there. But yeah, you need to get that mess cleaned up. All jokes aside, this is why I didn't come out and say, if you do such and such and so, I'm so and so. I would never say that because again, this is a very serious issue. Somebody could be killed in this mess. So I would never say that. I'm not going to beg you because I'm not. You're a grown man. You should know how to do this. But have consideration for the people who live around you and your family. Get that apartment cleaned up because it's really a fire hazard in there because you've got a lot of clutter behind doors and closets, and you need to get those combustible, explodable containers out. You might consider this to be a joke, but I'm telling you, if you don't do it, I'm not going to have this blood on my hands. If your building happens to blow up or something goes wrong or fire breaks loose in that place, I'm not going to be responsible knowing that I had the ability to be able to change it. So if I contact license inspection, what's going to happen is I got your full name and I know where you live at. I'll give them the information and they will basically contact your landlord and both of them will make a visit to your apartment. So I'm trying to tell you right now, get it cleaned up because if not, I got to make a phone call. Because it's extremely dangerous. And again, anybody wants to sit there on YouTube and say, oh, he's doing this out of hatred. No, it has nothing to do with hatred. It has nothing to do with it at all. It's extremely dangerous. If you saw me in the video with about 20 cans of aerosol cans of spray paint sitting on top of my counter, and I've got clutter all over the place, and it's an area potential for a serious fire, or maybe one of those containers exploding or in the environment that I'm living at, and I refuse to clean this up, then I expect for you to call the proper authority to make sure it is cleaned up so the people living around me are not at risk and I don't kill myself in the process. That's all. It's just basic, simple. I didn't want to make this a part of the demonstration, but when I brought that up, yeah, that's something that has to be addressed. But the sad thing about Jamie at the end of the day, and I hate to make this video apart about this, is he doesn't listen. He never listens. And what he's going to do is he's going to do nothing. That's what he's going to do. Because again, it's all about pride for him. Because someone told him to go clean up something in an environment. He should have did it anyway to begin with. I never should have asked you to do this. I didn't tell you to do it. I asked you to do it. You're going to do what you want to do. That's how you are. Just like when, I told you not to, we get sent your cease and desist order telling you that you're going to be sued if you continue down the road of messing with our copyrights. And you just continue to do it. Even after we file and so you get the docket number, you still continue to carry on and act up. So, now all that information has been sent over to the courts, and the courts are ticked off at you already when you come in because you take them as a joke. And that's how they see you now. You take what they do as a joke. So they're going to make an example out of you. You ticked off the wrong people. You want them to be in your favor, not to be ticked off and basically want to use you as an example, and that's what you did. Anybody else, anybody with common sense would have got a cease and desist order would have stopped right from the door. And even if they didn't stop, they would at least just try to calm down a little bit. They wouldn't make a joke of something like that. But you made a joke out of it, like you don't care. And it's funny because these are the same people who care the most when they actually get into a courtroom. But again, like I said, you made your bed, so you have to lay in it. Now, this is another one, again, that you need to address because this not only doesn't involve you, but it involves the people who live in the same building that you live into also, and it needs to be removed. You don't take care of it, then I'll make a phone call and I'll get someone down there to take care of it, and you don't want it because once that ball gets started, there's no way to get out of that one. The landlord's definitely going to get fined. They're going to find daylights at him for allowing that to go unnoticed. And because of that, they're going to do, and if he does allow you to stay there, he's going to basically either raise your rent, something's going to happen out of it. You're going to pay because he's got to pay at the end of the day. They're going to fine him. And he's going to do constant apartment checks on you to make sure that you're basically not violating the lease. Or basically, if he finds out in a way where you did break the lease and you did break the lease, he is basically going to get rid of you. So it's up to you what you want to do, but you shouldn't have it there. And for those at the end of the day who hate me for doing that, well, guess what? I guess you don't mind someone's apartment blowing up and killing other people in the process, and also too killing him. So there's definitely something wrong with you at the end of the day. All right, well, let me see. Let's see. What did I do more? Did I literally take that and then from me? Yeah, I did. Why did I do that? Literally took that and all right, people. Sorry we had to go into that. But still, I'm going to put that up there real quick. That, yeah, y'all got to test those products, man. And you got to test them because we're going to advise customers to go out and look for tests. And they should be looking for tests. Your product should be tested before you sell it. See how that screen paint's two different shades of black. Actually, there's a little white paint in this one over here. Just to shade it up just enough so we can get a different shade of black out of that. Black screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See the different shades? All the 3 different shades of black. See that? I can make this whatever, any way I want, and then they still can't match me. That's why we do it this way. Just in case we run into a situation where someone tries to make our products. That's why we did all the tests. And then we get people that come along and think they can make our products. And we've done these tests already. We know what the outcome's going to be. This is why you see me laughing and joking and acting up on camera, because we already know our stuff is tested. Go ahead, make a fool out of yourself. I'll even give you, go and make it. We'll have you make it, and then I'll embarrass you on camera. Just like we did him. Went out and made it, failed 2 times. We came out here, we made it correctly, made it black. That's the color it's supposed to be. If you're gonna make my stuff, make it my color. Don't match your stuff. Now we give him a 3rd chance to do it. What's he gonna do? Can't do anything. Can't make it the same black, because that's what happens if you make it the same black. Can't put white in it, comes out gray. Can't put silver in it, comes out gray. What else you gonna do? Can't add anything to it because you have to use the very same ingredients you had on the table because you said you were making my stuff. So what are you gonna do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. That's the position that we needed you to be in. Gave you the option, made this product and stripped every last option you had out of your hand, and it gave you the chance to make it the 3rd time around. We're using the exact same ingredients as you said how you made my product. So what option do you have? Water and black paint? I don't know how that's gonna work. Oh, it's been too easy. So our technology is designed to pull heavier contrast levels. That's the whole purpose of darker technology, to pull heavier contrast levels. I'm still going to make those other great products. We're going to put them against this right here we have over here. And we're going to see which one pulls better contrast. No, it's not going to go well. It really isn't. You got a bootleg version of our, oh, they do have a bootleg version of our product, but it's not even a good bootleg. It's like a bad bootleg. It's like back in the day when you would buy like bootleg DVDs and you see people walking back, cassette tapes, and you see people walking back getting popcorn because the person who was holding the camera was holding it incorrectly and all that nonsense. Be on a tilt sometimes. Yeah, it'd be like that. Y'all had the bootleg version, the bad bootleg. All right, let me see. Let me get this over here. This is another one we made. That one we put a little bit of white into it. This is the one we made on camera. What else can we run here? Let's do I do like the TLC. I want to get TLC on here. TCL 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, a good one on here would be the black and white. That'd be a good demonstration for this one. Oh, we definitely got to do that one. Where's the black and white one? Oh, wait. Let's do this one. Yeah, we're definitely doing this one. We're gonna have some fun with this. I told you, this one, use this from now on in all demonstrations. Matter of fact, we're gonna make that gray mixture too. All demonstrations are going to use those products. It's supposed to be our technology at the end of the day. I made a better version than yours. I actually made our blouse was actually black. Again, if anyone's gonna be making my product, make sure at least it's black. Gee whiz. Don't keep coming up gray. We have to come in and do it for you. You don't want that. That's embarrassing. Give you the opportunity to make it, and you come out great twice in a row. And now we got to come back in and we got to make it for you? Are you kidding me? You don't want that kind of embarrassment. Anybody else? Because I know what you were thinking at the end of the day. People were watching that demo. Oh, let's go back to that real quick. People were thinking, they were saying, okay, well, maybe if he takes out the white, we can get it to silver, and the silver, well, he'll have the product because the silver will see the white light. No. And you're probably thinking, okay, the silver doesn't work. What if we just make it straight black and we just put a little bit of white and a little bit of silver, and then that way the black would have the dominant color? No. And you had this at the end of the day. You still got that. But what if we take the black paint and we basically put a glitter in it, and that would be it? No, then you still got this. Bam, 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 bam. Doesn't it look familiar? Doesn't it look like something in the videos where someone tried to make our product look like they were going to be darker than what they were supposed to be? Well, Silver Court, end of the year. You're going to have to back that one up because that's going to go bad. I'm taking this with me, by the way. I want to show them video how we made it. Look at that. That's absolutely horrible. Isn't it? Man. This is why these tests are important. And all jokes aside, this is why these tests are important. This is why Danny making a black paint has to go through black versus black. You have to make sure that product doesn't come up looking like this. Like I said, comparison by themselves on the white surface. Oh, the white surface are awful on the white surface. They really do. That's why you have to do white level test 2 on top of that. You have to do 1,000 lumens. You have to drop it back, pull that screen up in a fully lit environment, which means that screen can't be sitting on the floor. Gee whiz. That's another problem too. The fact that all the screens were sitting on the floor is not good. It's not good. That means the screens have poor ambient light. They should have been up a little higher so the light can actually, introduce itself to the screen. That's pretty bad. Look at that. So what other excuses do I have next? Oh, he's using a special camera. You guys are running out of excuses. I know you naysayers got to be upset right now. Y'all got to be really angry at the end of the day right now. This man failed twice. And then guy comes in and makes the black version for him. And it still fails. Well, y'all have exhausted all ideas, right? We're going to do nail polish next. Oh, I got a good one for you. How about black paint and nail polish? How about black paint and silver spray paint? You got plenty of it in there. Oh, that's wrong to say. I take that back. That's wrong. That's a serious issue right there. I do apologize for that one. But what about spray paint? I think people do spray paint in there. What about that one? You can try that one, see if it works. Let me see. Maybe you put baby powder in it. I mean, you guys are putting water and stuff now. Maybe some sugar. Sugar might work. Maybe some cinnamon, some nutmeg. Maybe an egg. Gee whiz, you guys are desperate. That's what it clearly shows. You naysayers at the end of the day are so desperate to have my product. It's like at the end of the day, you act like you don't want it, but you do want it. Because anybody else, if someone said, oh, we're going to make Jamie's free mix, I don't want that crap at the end of the day. I'm good. I don't want it at all, period. But the minute they say, well, we can make this product for free, look at y'all jumping on like free lunch. Oh, yeah, we want it, we got it. But you didn't get it, did you? You got a gray mix, that's what you got. Actually, you got the Frankenstein, that's literally what you got. So we had to come in and make a black version so the rollers can come up black. And it still doesn't match. So now what? And what if you put flour in it? Flour is white, right? Well, what's going to happen if you put flour and starch into it, then you're going to put a white level. You're actually really going to thicken the paint. It's going to be like cement. That's what's going to happen. What about shortening? Oh, wait, that's an oil base. You don't want that crap in there at the end of the day. Kind of think of some other things that may be white that you could put in it. It may work. Try baby powder, flour, sugar, and you can't put eggs in it. Nail polish and spray paints. What else you got? I'm just helping you out here. You guys want to make my product? I'm trying to help you. I actually try to help you right here. It didn't work. See how much glitter I dumped into that container? It was a lot, right? It was a whole lot in there, right? It still didn't work, did it? Can't make my product. You gotta buy it. Stop being so cheap. This is not for my customers. My customers buy my products at the end of the day. Thank you so much. We do appreciate the support. You naysayers out there who want my product so bad, you act like you don't want it, but we know you want it. Because the minute you can't just say, we're going to make the Black Series edition, and we got some white paint, we got some silver paint, and we got water and black paint, and we're going to make it. And what color did it come out? Gray. We told you that through the whole demonstration. It's gray, it's gray, it's gray, it's gray, it's gray. And y'all came to argue, no, it's black, it's black, it's black. And then in part 2, when he pulls out the paint stick, he literally said it was gray. Then what? You guys must have tons of milk in your refrigerator. You know why? To keep yourself from choking on all that crow pie. Oh, here we go again. Yeah. You ever get tired of me embarrassing you guys? I told you this was going to happen. I literally told you this was going to happen. The guy does not have the ability to make screen paint. And we told you this was going to happen. I said I'm going to come out here, we're going to embarrass him, and we're going to come out here and showboat and laugh at you guys. Did I not say this? And now look at it. And you know what's even worse? I'm going to make the other 2 products, and I'm going to blow it out with this product right here. Because this can see a 100% contrast level. This is going to pick up better color than a gray screen. Oh, yes, it is. But the only difference is when you stick it against ours is going to pick up the same contrast as the screen. Ours can just see better white levels and cleaner color. Because we can see a white level at the end of the day, and that can't. Bam, 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 bam. Now, I'm just telling you this right now ahead of time. And when this happens, what's going to happen? I'm going to laugh in your face. Telling you this stuff is going to happen, y'all don't listen. But y'all come out there for more abuse, like the Wile E. Coyote. Go ahead, crash into another mountain and get blown up by some TNT. I'm enjoying the show. I need to get some popcorn for this next one. Gee whiz, my goodness. Literally told you this was going to happen. Just like I sat there and said with the Network Grade 773 when I popped the top. I told you this was going to happen.
I was so distracted by your beauty.
Gee whiz. Oh, I swear, y'all like predictable. Y'all like the whole Chevy Chase thing in the National Lampoon Vacation. I'll just take your money, we'll go out back, and I'll just kick you in the privates. Well, pretty much what a crow did to y'all at the end of the day. Man, the thing about it is, y'all coming to my channel, carrying on and acting up, talking about how much you support him, but not one of y'all could tell me what screen paint you had on the wall of his. Not one of y'all. So you must not have been proud of it because you couldn't tell me. You didn't want to tell anybody else. You didn't want anybody else to know. Why are you keeping that a secret? Why don't you just tell us? What product did you buy? Aren't you proud of it? And people on the forum sites were laughing their heads off. And why didn't they? Because they're embarrassed. They don't want anybody to know. Who the freak's going to come in there and say, oh, I got the Cinemax, and you're literally watching them in a demonstration doing this with a product that you could have spent $30 a gallon. You spent $95 a quart for something you could have did at $30 a gallon. Who's going to come in and say, oh, I have the personal mix? No, personal mix is mine. That's mine. Who's going to say that? You just watch him do a demonstration with bare silver screen with a $6 sample and match his screen. That's embarrassing. And those of you who have the Metallica 2.0, oh, we know you better not come in the room and say anything. You literally could have made that paint for free. Ugh. So that's why no one came in and announced the screen that they had. Because they were embarrassed. Anybody can make your stuff. Anybody can make your stuff because he showed you how to make it right there. Whew, man, that's bad. Beautiful women, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
When y'all come into the room, you have to understand this. You are already set up for the serve the minute you walk into the room. You're already set up. It's a strategy. You're part of that strategy. Why do you think I open the mic and I only include you guys only? So when you come in the room, we expect for you to act this way. Now, number one, it shows how people who follow him, if you act a certain way, the people who you hang around are going to act the same way. He acts like a hoodlum on camera. He acts up, does this, talk all this trash, and y'all act the exact same way he does. It reflects. You reflect on who he is at the end of the day, on the way you carry and when you come in the room acting up that way. I don't curse you out when I come in the room. I don't say anything nasty when I come in the room. I just come in and ask you simple questions, and that's it. And you guys come in here ranting and carrying on, doing emojis, blah, 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 all this dumb stuff. You act just like he acts. So that tells a lot at the end of the day on how professional he is. The information, the evidence is right there in your face. You're seeing the guy sitting there right on camera, matching the very same product some of you probably have on your wall right now. I'm going to ask you a simple question. What product of his, because you're coming here backing him, so you must have his product, what product do you have of his? And none of you say nothing. One of you came in and lied and said you had a Cinema Gray. I checked your account. You don't even have an account. It's fake. So, you came in here and lied about a screen that you had that you didn't have an account that you actually don't even have because you do have his product at the end of the day and you're too embarrassed to tell people what you have because we all know that his product matches house paint. That tells a lot. That's what I came in to bring you in the room for, to set you up for. And you thought the entire time you were coming in my room, carrying on and acting up, to try to put fear or embarrass me when the entire time you were being set up in the room so we can ask you certain questions to put you on hot spot. And one of the questions I had planned to ask you is, what is your screen? To see how bold you were to say what screen you had, knowing that right there we're watching that screen match house paint. And you did exactly what I thought you were going to do. You said nothing. That says a lot. Thank you for participating in the project. What do you think, I'm stupid when I open up a mic? No. This is why I sat there and said for customers, do not get involved in this. If you need to answer questions, you can go to my email, you can call our company's number. There's a number of ways you can reach us if you want to know more about our product. This is for us to out people at the end of the day who don't know how to carry themselves correctly, to show you what they really are. How do you feel right now, the naysayers who came here carrying on and acting up? Now when you come into the room, we don't keep you because we don't need you anymore. We use you for what we needed you to do. Come in here, act like idiots at the end of the day, and don't even announce the paint that you have because you're embarrassed. You did exactly what I need you to do. Now I'm just going to block you for that one because we don't need you. you served your purpose. If you came in here and you talked with some common sense and you were respectful, it would have showed at the end of the day that you yourself, maybe that person may have had common sense, but you have common sense at the end of the day. That difference you from the rest of them. That's what that would have shown. You couldn't even achieve that. Even your tags that came up, your YouTube accounts with my name attached to it, clearly shows at the end of the day that you were certified trolls. People all see that now. That nonsense generates from him. So everything you do in the room reflects back on him and what kind of person he is. How dumb can you guys be? It's so easy. My goodness. Now, for those of you saying, oh, but do you manipulate? No, we don't manipulate our customers at the end of the day because I have more tests than you guys have. Where are your tests? How come you can go into YouTube and you can, I know it fell, you can go into YouTube and you could pull up tests on the rest and nobody else has tests. No one else has demonstrations. No one else is outside more than we do. No one's doing more certified. I can walk into a room right now. I can show you a portrait mode on a projector and a fully lit environment, and I can show you a bone white level where the text is pulling up. Show me your test. You have nothing. I can back my product up. So it's just me by myself against all you naysayers at the end of the day. Me. So I come in here and I can crush you on camera this easy. I can actually embarrass your product. You can't even announce the product that you have at the end of the day in my room at the end of the day. And I can come here and make a product that's actually black when he failed 2 attempts to make it and still blow it out of the water and still walk around in my environment that you can't even do at the end of the day on projectors that cost far less than yours. You're not on my level at the end of the day. You understand that? That should tell you right there from the door that you're messing with a big dog at the end of the day. You understand? I can bring you into a room and I can control you. You think you have control when you have no control when you come into this room. I can say certain keywords to get you to trigger off and set you up to put you in a situation to ask you questions that you cannot answer. Why do you think I showed the videos to begin with? Because I knew you were going to get riled up. You were going to get upset. You were going to get angry. And the more angrier you got, the more you backed this man at the end of the day. And when I got you to the point to get angry enough to say, you know, he's blah, 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 what screen do you have? Tell me. And not one of you could tell me what screen you had, which means you were embarrassed to tell me. Thank you. Gee whiz. Look, I'm going to tell you something. You have to be able to be smart. It isn't more than just basically dealing with making paints at the end of the day. You got to know business at the end of the day. It's more than just mixing things together. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with companies, you're dealing with freaking trolls, you're dealing with people, fraud, you're dealing with all kinds of stuff all day long. And you have to be one step ahead of the game. You have to know how to handle business. You can't be a bull in a china shop. It doesn't work that way. But that's what you guys did. I showed a bunch of videos that I knew was going to trigger you, get you upset, get you riled up, get you carrying on in the room so people can see, oh, wow, they really backed this guy at 100%. And then ask you one question to shatter your confidence. What screens do you have? And none of you could answer the question. You come in here backing this guy at the end of the day, but you can't tell me what screen you have because you don't want anyone to know that you actually have a screen that matched one of those house paints in the video that this man was sitting in. That'd have been really embarrassing, wouldn't it? So it means at the end of the day, you really don't back him. You're just talking a bunch of trash. So I outed you that fast as being a bunch of fakes and phonies at the end of the day. You watch volleyball, right? You see where they set up the serve? The girl throws the ball up and the girl jumps up and she hits it. That ball just hit you square in your nose. And yes, your nose gets broken in the process. Because you didn't come back from it at all, period. That's what happened. Nothing to say. You got set up when you came in the room. I usually do that. When I give you an open mic, I clearly sit there and say on the mic, this is for particular people only. Customers, stay away from these particular rooms. If you have anything to say to us, because we're not going to listen to anything you say. If you come to ask about screenplay, I'm not going to talk to you because I'm concentrating on this nonsense. So don't come in here at all. Basically, we redirect. You can contact us in other ways. This is to expose people at the end of the day who hide behind their well, you still hide behind a computer at the end of the day, but this is expose y'all. Just like when we invite Jamie in the room, we ask Jamie certain questions right up front. And when he runs from the room, we go right to his site where we can talk to him directly, and we ask him those questions directly. I put the camera up close. You can see I'm not cursing him out. I'm not being rude to him. I'm asking him certain questions. How does he respond back? Nothing but emojis, laughing and carrying on. That's how, because he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, I'm looking for your video. I'm not finding it. I gave you a third attempt to make my product. You failed second. First and second, you failed. You got gray. And then you got tired of seeing gray paint popped up. I made it for you black. Now, if you make it black, we all know it's the same thing. Put the ingredients up. I'll make it. If you make it black, we know how it's going to turn out. Knock yourself out. Go do it. You can't do that because you already know that you don't have any other options left. We took them from you. So anything you make under this is still going to be gray, and it's not going to be my product. Even this not matching my product, the color of it is still black. The rollers come out black. So what other option do you have left? You have none. You have until the end of the week to make the product again the third time around. I'm going to pressure you on this to do it, even though we know you can't. Next time, learn a valuable lesson from this. Don't go around making people's products when you think you can make them. If you sit there and say, well, you did the same thing to me, Jamie, you literally just showed people how to make. Your product just matched house paint twice in a row. Anybody who just saw that demonstration on Network Grade 773 can just go over to freaking Sherwin-Williams and pull it off a shelf. That's all they got to do. It's the same thing. The Bear Silver Screen, and just go over to freaking Home Depot and buy Bear Silver Screen. Does the same thing as the Personal Mix. 2.0. Metallic Mix, there's the ingredients on how to make it. It's your video. You made it. You made all those videos. So if you're sitting there complaining about somebody making your product, you put the videos out. The problem is you try to delete them to hide them because you knew it was true. Why else would someone delete a video? If they made a tutorial video and something's in the video that's matching their product, and they get rid of it. You literally got rid of all the videos. And we know you can bring videos back because you actually removed the first video, tried to hide it, and then you got ranked on so badly, you brought it back. And you kind of think he forgot that part. He removed the video and then brought it back. Okay. Making my product. LG Foods.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's my fake laugh. You remember this one? This is Network Grade 773. Match this perfectly with no problem. Okay. We definitely got to do this one. This definitely has to be done. This is literally the video that Larry did that he matched Network Grade 773 perfectly. So basically, black versus black test. This is what we do every day. The test that you did of showing your product doesn't match house paint. You lost your marbles in that video. You did. Honestly, you did lose his marbles. And the video went missing. He couldn't do it. He matched the paint. We're going to repeat this demonstration. I got something fun I want to do in the next demonstration. I got to find the video. We're going to do something interesting with this one. I'll be back.